Boston had been on a roll after Bird made his return from the back injury, but they have gone to a down period over the last week. The Celtics losing to Miami, blown out in Chicago, and then blew the lead against the Nets. Hugh Evans, Jack Neeson, Bob Delaney are working the game as the Celtics in white and green control the tip. D. Brown being played by Terry Porter. Jerome Kersey all over Kevin Gamble. Bird guarded by Drexler. Nice pass, and Brown gives Boston a 2-0 lead.
D. Brown coming from the offside, away from the ball, flashing down into the low post. Point of emphasis for the Celtics today, movement without the basketball.
And here's Porter off the screen. D. Brown inserted into the starting lineup, opening at the guard spot along with Reggie Lewis. Parrish took the hit from Duckworth, so Parrish will go to the line.
So many things come through Larry Bird's hands. That's why he is such an important part of this Celtic offense. D. Brown finds the opening down low, flashes to it. Chris Ford mentioned yesterday, very, very concerned with the standing around that had been going on with the team in their 3 losses. We've got to get more movement from our guys.
And Larry Bird, who was a question mark, in fact, did not work out strenuously at practice yesterday, is bothered by a sore right Achilles tendon. It flared up Thursday night, but he did play against the Nets. And Drexler cuts it to a 4-2 Boston lead. Bird did hit 22 of his 28 in the first half against Boston, but also suffered a deep thigh bruise on Friday night. Reggie Lewis giving the Celtics a 6-2 lead. Bird took a shot from Derek Coleman of the Nets on Friday night. Here's Bird again, able to box out. But the pass going astray, and Portland will take possession.
Celtics also wondering during this 3-game losing streak, where has the transition game gone? Larry Bird so important to that because he's their best rebounder off the defensive boards.
Minute and a half gone by at the Boston Garden. And Kersey's pass could not be handled by Duckworth. Portland Trailblazers opened their season at 1 up and 3 down. In their first 6 weeks, they lost as many games at home as they did all last year, but then they went on to win 10 of 13, and they've been rolling. The recent streak, 7 straight wins. That is their longest win streak of the year. Here's Bird way off. Buck Williams posting up on Larry Bird and then gets it back out. Kersey. So the Celtics lead the Blazers 6-4.
On the body now.
Here's Bird. Yes.
The steal by Drexler on the inbounds pass.
Clyde playing catch with himself. A third attempt does not go down. Bird being played by Ainge on a switch, and Larry Bird is able to connect with a scoop.
And Bird was most concerned with drawing contact, thinking he's going to get to the line for 2, keeps his concentration and converts.
Drexler fouled by Fox. That's 2 on the rookie from North Carolina.
Well, Bird immediately knew there was a mismatch. Ainge wound up on Bird in transition. Ainge trying to get the offensive call. Bird goes around, sees the defensive man rotating over, thinks Robinson's going to hit him, but instead takes the deuce.
Clyde Drexler to the line. He's 4 for 4 from the line. He now has 15 points in this first quarter, and we are watching perfect free throw shooting at both ends. Boston 12 for 12. Now Portland has hit all 8. Well, it was perfect.
So much for that.
Celtics lead by 3. We're down to 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Bird turning on Robinson and hitting. 10 points for Bird. And the Celtics lead 34-29.
Bird 9 for 11 in their last game during the first half, then a disastrous second half. Whether or not he can continue it over extended minutes remains to be seen.
Kersey with a quick release. 34-31. Celtics lead. It's been a hot shooting first quarter for both clubs. Boston has hit its last 5 from the floor. And D. Brown working it down for a final shot. And Kersey lost it off his foot. 0.5 of a second remaining in the quarter.
Jerome Kersey just took his eyes and looked up down the floor to see if he had an open teammate. In that one split second, the ball wound up going off his left foot out of bounds.
Bird will throw in.
This can be now a catch and shot attempt because it is above 0.3 of a second.
And Fox with the hook. Jack and John Wetzel, the assistant coaches to Rick Adelman on the Portland Trailblazer bench. Second quarter underway. Celtics 11 for 19 from the field, 58% shooting in the first quarter. Robinson is fouled. Robert Pack, the 6'2" rookie backcourt man from University of Southern California, has checked in for the first time. Reggie Lewis called for the foul. Cliff Robinson to the line. In the first quarter, Larry Bird, who was a question mark for this afternoon's game because of an Achilles tendon problem, 5 for 8 from the field, 10 points. Along with 6 rebounds. Clyde Drexler with a sensational first quarter, 15 points, 4 out of 8 from the floor, 5 for 6 from the line.
The 3 old-timers for Boston combining for 26 out of the 34 Celtic points.
Meeting Bird, D. Brown with his second bucket, and the Celtics lead it 36-32. Bryant with Kersey and Robinson up front. Pack and Age at the guards. Fox got a piece of it. Shot clock at 3. Here's Pack. Offensive foul call.
When you put the ball into a player's hands like Robert Pack with 3 seconds left on the 24-second clock, you're asking him to do something that's not natural for him. Produce an excellent shot while being pressured by a very good defender in D. Brown. As a result, he pushes off offensive foul.
And Pinckney has come on for the first time. Robert Pack, a major surprise, signed as a free agent after a good showing at the Southern California Summer League. Ainge off the steal. Fox racing back. Ainge gives it up. Kersey does the rest. Boston 36, Portland 34.
Well, outside of the transition game, I'm not sure who's going to get scores for this group of Blazers on the floor right now. Who a guy is that's out there that can break down the defense one-on-one and get them a basket.
Lewis. Fox with the rebound, and he is fouled. Hit on the reach-in.
Now, maybe this group of Trailblazers will get it done by playing excellent defense. Ainge caught down low against a bigger opponent in Reggie Lewis. Changes sides, gambles, comes up with the steal, and then numbers will get you every time. 3-on-1 for the Blazers.
Ala Abdelnaby, who recently has been bothered by some injury problems, has checked in for the first time. There is Ala in his second year out of Duke, watching a man that he would face in his days in the ACC, Rick Fox out of North Carolina.
And then another problem that's created for Rick Adelman is Abdelnaby was playing well, gets injured. Bryant comes back. He starts playing well. How do you get everybody minutes?
Celtics lead at 36-34. Robinson popping one to Ainge. Pack with a nice pop-down pass for Robinson. And the game is tied at 36. Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Ahmad Rashad from the Boston Garden before the usual capacity crowd, just under 15,000 on hand. E. Brown He thought he was fouled. Ainge. And that is called a two-pointer. His foot was on the line. And Chris Ford is asking for a timeout. And the Larry Bird family on hand. That is Dinah Bird, along with 8-month-old Connor. And I know Dinah enjoying what she has seen from her husband, Larry Bird. 8 for 11. He's hit his last 7. 16 points in all. Portland leads 57-55 with 2:25 remaining in the first half. Now Porter being played by Brown. And Reggie Lewis trying to front Clyde Drexler's call for his second foul. Drexler and Porter now in the backcourt. Robinson is up front with Kersey and Williams. We're coming up to 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Kersey rebounded by Williams. Here's Drexler challenging Parrish. So the Glide with 20 points. And Portland leads 59-56. Larry Bird has hit his last 7 field goal attempts. Parrish with the fake. Fouled by Robinson.
Before the last timeout, Clyde Drexler posted down low. Buck Williams with the basketball. Clyde's going to slide to the middle of the lane. He's wide open, screaming for the basketball. Pass it to me. I'm open. Instead, he steps out, gets behind the three-point line, and knocks it down. And on his way back down the floor, he made sure to tell Buck Williams, hey, when I'm open, get me the basketball.
And Clyde has been open throughout this first half. He's the high man with 20. Ed Pinckney sits down. Kevin Gamble returning. Robert Parrish 7 for 7 from the line. Make it 8 out of 8. Boston down by 1 with a minute and a half to go in the first half. Portland Trailblazers record of 46-18. They have won 7 in a row, their longest win streak of the season. Robinson went to the running hook. Rebound number 9 for Bird.
And that was set up as an isolation for Robinson to go one-on-one versus Parrish. They had Drexler spotting up behind the three-point line on the left wing.
Shot clock at 7. Here's Bird. Kersey angling in. Time running down in this first half. 40 seconds remaining. Brown bottled up, tied up. Buck Williams and D. Brown will jump it up. The Boston Celtics at 35-29. When Larry Bird made his return from the back problems on the 1st of March, the Celtics went on to win 4 in a row, but they have lost their last 3, and they come off the defeat at the hands of the improved New Jersey Nets. Nets had dropped 4 straight on the West Coast, but they won in Hartford against the Celtics Friday night. Then last night at Madison Square Garden, they beat the New York Knicks 4-3. Crowd looking for a foul.
Crowd saw Larry Bird sandwiched between 3 of the Trailblazers' jersey and wondered how there could not be a foul call with them jumping all over his back.
Porter gets inside, it counts, and the foul. Terry Porter has 15 points. The foul committed by D. Brown.
Well, one thing the Trailblazers do is gang rebound and get on the glass on the offensive boards in particular. Bird by himself. A little give and go inside cut that time by Terry Porter and looked for the late return pass. The pass delivered by Clyde Drexler, who leads all scoring guards in assists in the NBA, almost 7 a game. So he's playing unselfishly while scoring his points.
Portland with a 4-point lead. Time running out in the first half. Brown lost it. It's a 3-on-2. Robinson rejected by Parrish with 0.5 of a second remaining.
That's the second time in this first half that the Trailblazers would appear to have an easy score and wind up getting nothing out of it.
Jerome Kersey will throw in 0.5 of a second left. And it's broken up. So that is the end of the first half. A good one here in Boston. Third quarter underway in Boston. Marv Albert with Mike Fratello, Ahmad Rashad. Portland back to their starting lineup, and Duckworth opens up by connecting on his first field goal. The Celtics with D. Brown, Reggie Lewis at the guards, Robert Parrish, Larry Bird, Kevin Gamble up front.
And Chris Ford just mentioned how pleased he was with the job that they had done defensively on the Portland big people between Buck Williams and Kevin Duckworth. Only 2 points in the first half.
Gamble's shot was deflected by Kersey. Here's Parrish. So the Celtics trail 64-60. Light pressure being shown by Boston. Portland has won 7 straight. They've taken 21 of the last 26, and they have been so successful on the road. Once again, Clyde Drexler. He now has 23.
4 out of 5 for Clyde from behind the three-point line.
And the Blazers 7 for 9 from downtown. Drexler stripped by Lewis. Clyde took his eye off it for a moment, looking for the shot. Bird changed his mind, able to get it to Brown. Kept alive by Parrish, then Duckworth with the steal.
Jack, what about the call?
Portland for Williams. Yes, and it counts. Bird went for the ball, trying to jar it loose, but he's called for the foul. This is the biggest lead of the game for the Trailblazers.
What actually happened was Larry Bird saw that Terry Porter was breaking free along the baseline, started to help on that man, left his man alone. 2 passes, that's what happens to score. Bird sees him, starts to help right there on Porter. His man's open. The opportunity for the 3 coming up. Unlike the Celtics, who are struggling at 11 and 22 on the road, this Trailblazer team just dangerous at all times and all places.
Portland with its biggest lead of the game, a margin of 10. With 1:45 gone by in the third. Bird with 18. He's hit 9 of 13 from the field.
That may have been the biggest basket for the Celtics thus far to keep them right there, close enough to at least challenge. This could have exploded at this point.
Here's Porter for 3. Yes. So Terry Porter hits on his 3rd from downtown. He has 19. And Portland leads 73-62. Portland only 3 for 13 from downtown. Bird again. Portland was 3 for 13 on Friday night in Atlanta. Here's another 3 by Porter. At times, I feel as if I'm watching an ABA game from the early days of that league.
Little 2-man play. Robert Parrish setting the good screen. Larry Bird running his man off, wide open for the jumper. And then if you don't give him a screen, he's still good enough to get it off in your face.
Larry Bird is now 10 of 14 for his 20 points. Bird again. And Drexler gets to it. Kersey's pass broken up. Here's Brown able to slice through. Well executed fast break by D. Brown.
Only Kevin Gamble's 2nd shot attempt in this basketball game. A young man who shoots well over 51%. Part of the problem with the players injured, some nights Gamble's a go-to guy. They need him to take 12 to 15 shots. Other nights when everybody's back, he just gets what comes in the flow of the game.
Shot clock at 3. Jerome Kersey with his 4th field goal. He has 8 points. Portland 75 and Boston 66. Portland try to catch Boston moving down court in deliberate fashion. Duckworth spinning in. Rebounded by Parrish. And Gamble looking to heat it up. He's 3 of 4 from the field. Boston down by 7. Again, a bad pass. Portland getting a bit sloppy here.
Last game for Boston, Gamble, 8 shot opportunities, 7 of them good. 7 out of 8 from the floor. He produces when you give him his shots.
And certainly with Larry Bird sidelined by injury along with Kevin McHale, he was getting his shot opportunities earlier in the season. Kersey had it knocked away by Gamble. Kevin Gamble, originally a draft pick of the Portland Trail Blazers, kicked around a bit before settling with the Celtics. Bird can't find the shot. Lewis does. So the Celtics come roaring back, and they are within 5 after trailing by 11. Buck Williams for Jerome Kersey. Larry Bird gambling on the overplay.
When you go for the steal and miss, what happens is you break down the entire team defense.
Bird for 3.
Chris Ford had a little smirk on his face because he knows Bird is such a competitor. He knew he had broken down the team defense at 1 inch, so he got it back an extra point that time.
Drexler could not hit the 3, and a loose ball foul is called on Buck Williams.
Well, if you give up 2 at one end, then it's real nice if you get an extra one back and knock out a 3 at the other end. That's what Larry Bird does for the Celtics. Up 1, up 1. Adelman saying, don't let him get started with 3s. We've seen enough of that.
Bird. 11-4 run by the Celtics to move within 4. Kersey with a hard driving move. Rebound snatched by Bird. Boston on the run, led by Brown. Portland able to get back. Lewis. And Drexler off the board. Drexler penetrating. A gorgeous move by Clyde Drexler. He has 25.
No excuse for that. Transition defense. The players must get back, locate the basketball, and then stop dribble penetration.
Celtics down by 6. Larry Bird is now 11 for 18 from the field. Porter had it knocked away by Brown. Lewis from Portland 79, Boston 75, and Rick Adelman wants to talk it over.
It was not the ankle that D. Brown just injured. He got kneed in the thigh on that last play. They're putting ice on it, and he should be fine.
Artemont, it is Portland ball. A backcourt of Porter and Drexler with Duckworth, Williams, and Kersey up front. Blazers with the starting lineup. Beautiful backdoor pass for Buck Williams. And the Blazers now lead at 83-75. McHale backing Duckworth. Yes. 14 for Kevin McHale. Portland leads 83-77.
If you're going to double team McHale, then the defensive player that's matched up against him, Duckworth, has to bring him towards the double team. Don't let him turn away from it and get the jump hook off.
Kersey. Drexler on the recovery, and he's fouled from behind by Lewis.
A moment ago, D. Brown's injury took place on the right side of the screen. It was a knee by McHale right there into the thigh that caused the damage.
And there is Sherman Douglas, who, as we mentioned a moment ago, is on the injury list with an ankle problem. Sherman acquired from Miami on the deal for Brian Shaw. Cliff Robinson returns. Buck Williams will sit down. Leads with 5 points, 3 fouls. And Clyde Drexler, 6 for 7 from the free throw line. 7-point Portland lead, just under 4 minutes to go in the third. McHale from Bird. Boston down by 5. Clyde was looking for the 3-point possibility. Duckworth swinging inside.
What Kevin Duckworth does is he uses that big body to protect the basketball. Kevin McHale with the extra long arms, great shot blocking ability, but it's nullified by the width of Duckworth.
Robinson able to get to it. McHale cutting it off. Take your choice here. Finding Lewis. Portland 86. Boston 81. Drexler changing his mind, finding Porter. Porter now guarded by Bagley, and he's fouled. That's the first committed by Bagley.
The good defense will produce a lot of easy scores for the Celtics. One of the things that Chris Ford said we haven't been getting enough of, fast break layups.
Drexler coming off the pick. Drexler with the spin. Clyde Drexler with 28 points. Portland leads 88-81. Bird drawing the foul. Will he get the call? No. The foul on Robinson. They do not give him the continuation.
He held the ball just a little bit too long. The contact's there. He's on the ground. And then the continuation and basket goes in. Good call.
Drexler. Clyde Drexler has tied it at 90. 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Reggie Lewis.
That play right there will be on the Celtics highlight tape. Ball movement, distribution, and spacing, perfect.
Boston with a 2-point lead. Shot clock at 10. Drexler trying to shake Lewis off. Draws the double team. Oh, look out, and it's a 24-second violation.
Well, that's got to make Chris Ford happy. 2 24-second violations caused by his team defense.
Final seconds, third quarter. Bird was looking for the 3. Bird off the fake, pumps it. So that is the end of the third quarter. Boston concluding with an 11-2 run. Drexler has 30. Bird has 27. The Celtics by 2. And Terry Porter with 21. Boston with Ed Pinckney up front along with Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish. And McHale in a battle with Bryant. McHale backing Bryant. And Bryant with the rebound.
And with Bird out of the game right now, it will make it that much more difficult for the Celtic inside game to be effective because the spacing's not there. Portland's not as concerned with the perimeter game with these guys on the floor.
Abdelnaby stopped by Parrish, and a foul is called.
And Robert Parrish has enough sense right there not to complain, not to say anything. He understands that the momentum will swing back and forth during the game, that the Celtics just got their fair share of calls to end that third quarter.
That's 3 on Parrish. Ala Abdelnaby played only 43 games as a rookie last season, but had an expanded role after Mark Bryant's foot injury. Man who played in 3 Final Fours at Duke University. the official, Jack Neese, to unleash them.
It's just like TV wrestling. The ref comes over and breaks it up.
Game tied at 92. Lewis. Rebound, Pinckney. Trailblazers with a 3-on-1. Oh, no. Will go to the line.
This is the hookup right here. Pinckney's not going to let go. Kersey's trying to get away. Pinckney asking for a little help. Jackie Neese, break it up, bring it up.
Reggie Lewis picked up the foul. That's 5 on Lewis.
At this moment, the game is very, very physical. Both these teams are very intense. I would think you will see the referees called a little bit tighter right now so it does not get out of control.
Danny Ainge, one-time Boston Celtic, to the free throw line. Ainge making his first appearance at the line. Larry Bird and Kevin Gamble getting set to return. And Pinckney will sit down along with Reggie Lewis. Ed Pinckney not getting the kind of playing time that he did at the start of the year with Bird and McHale injured. Ed Pinckney is actually having a career season.
He's played outstanding basketball. Chris Ford knows exactly what he gets out of him. Good defense, interior defense, and rebounding. That's his specialty.
Boston down by 2. Bird rebounded by Bryant. Buck Williams squaring up. And a pushing foul called on Bird. That's his second.
We talked about tightening up and the whistle blowing a little bit quicker. This is basically a little flick by Larry Bird. A little hand check with the left hand. The foul's called.
Abdelnaby will throw in. Minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Ainge being played by Gamble. Bryant found one in trouble. Rebounded by Bryant. Here's Porter from downtown. So Portland is now 8 for 13 from three-point range. And Porter is 3 for 6. Portland with a 2-point lead. Bagley setting it up. Now Bryant guarding Bird. McHale. Abdelnaby on the rebound. Both clubs have cooled off here in the fourth. Ainge and Parrish gets to it. Bird for Gamble. The game is tied at 94.
Even while Bird is starting to raise the ball up to attempt the shot, he sees the entire floor. Terrific late passer. You must keep your eye on the basketball if you're the defensive players for those late drop-down passes.
Porter backing Bagley. Ainge to the left hand. And he drew the foul. Timeout has been called with 9:13 remaining. Danny Ainge to the line. The game is tied at 94. 9:13 remaining. In this fourth quarter, Ainge 3 for 3 from the line. He has 12 points. For those who may have just joined us, we had some explosive moments in the third quarter. Cliff Robinson upset about several calls, was hit with consecutive technical fouls by Hugh Evans. He was ejected. Clyde Drexler hit with a tee. Both clubs shot very well in the first half. Here's Parrish. Rebounded by Buck Williams. And Portland has been doing it from long range. They've hit 8 of 13 from downtown. Abdelnaby. Bryant able to get the new 24. High point man of the game. Drexler with 30. Porter with 21. Bird has 27. Abdelnaby again. And Parrish able to come up with it. Bullets to Bird. but Portland is back. Gamble from Bird.
McHale took the first defensive player with him to the low left block. Bird ball faked and waited for Gamble to cut to the open spot. Found him.
Bird approaching a triple-double. That his 7th assist. He has 27 points, 10 rebounds. Here's Ainge. So Portland, after going 0 for 5 from the field in the 4th, able to hit, and they lead it 98-96. Bird, that was a three-point attempt, so he has cooled off. Ainge for Williams. Yes, and it counts. A gorgeous pass from Danny Ainge to set up Buck Williams.
Part of the problem with Larry Bird in the deep corner taking the three, it causes an imbalance in the defense, getting back in transition. The Blazers with numbers.
Foul committed by Kevin Gamble, and now the Celtics take a timeout with 7:38 remaining in the 4th quarter. Portland leading 100-96 with 7:25 remaining in the 4th quarter. Now Bird and Drexler matched. And Larry Bird has 29 points. The Portland lead is 2. Drexler. And a loose ball foul. It's on Bird, his 3rd.
But down at the other end of the floor, when the Celtics were on offense, Bird running the cut is body checked by his former teammate Danny Ainge. Posts up Drexler and then protects with the right arm. Turns in for the score. At the other end, it's over the top, the loose ball foul taking place.
Celtics now over the foul limit. Portland spending much time at the line here in the 4th quarter. They are 6 for 7 from the line. The Celtics have not gone to the free throw line in the 4th.
Well, then can we call Cliff Robinson the sacrificial lamb? He's gone, but they're getting the whistles now.
Hugh Evans with the double technical on Robinson, who was ejected in the 3rd quarter. Portland 102 and Boston 98. The Trailblazers seeking their 8th consecutive win. They've won 21 of their last 26. 2nd best record in the NBA behind Chicago. Bird, yes, and it counts.
Now, most players on that same play would have picked the dribble up way before Larry Bird even attempted that shot. He had one guy guarding him, 2 more coming at him. Flashes down in the low post. As soon as he puts it down, watch 2 more Blazers come at him. There they are, but he keeps it alive, winds up splitting them, score, and the opportunity at the free throw line coming up.
The foul on that man, Clyde Drexler. He now has 4. Jerome Kersey checking back in, replacing Danny Ainge, who's played well. 15 for Ainge. Larry Bird 4 for 5 from the line. 32 for Bird, and the Celtics are within 1 point. Drexler with the step, and he's hammered. Foul committed by Gamble.
Well, Chris Ford back shaking his head. There's no way that a pass should be allowed to go the length of the floor after a free throw opportunity and score that quickly. Just a breakdown in communication by the defense.
So Clyde Drexler will shoot a pair.
And if there's one guy that says, when he's yelling, I know it's probably me, it's Ed Pinckney.
That's a change on that foul call. It was Pinckney, not Gamble. 31 points for Drexler. Portland 103, Boston 101. Here's Gamble. Kevin Gamble was held. Kevin Gamble, originally a 3rd-round draft pick of Portland. He played only 9 games for the Trailblazers. Kersey called for the foul. Celtics feel that Gamble should go to the line, but they say a non-shooting foul. Kevin Gamble went the CBA route, then he signed as a free agent with Boston. This is 4th year with the Celtics, and he emerged as a force last season. 6.5 remaining in the fourth. Celtics with the ball, down by 2. Bird backing Williams. Drexler over to help. Bird will go to the line. Buck Williams called for his 4th.
Bird commands a double team. The problem is he turns away from it before Clyde Drexler can get there. The shot up, Buck's arms caused the contact. Alderman can't believe another foul called against his team, but he's had a pretty good shake so far here in the fourth quarter.
That is a season high for Bird, 33 points. Kevin Duckworth replacing Mark Bryant, so Rick Alderman doing quite a bit of shuffling, what with the departure of Cliff Robinson. Also, he has foul trouble. Buck Williams with 4, Kevin Duckworth 4, Clyde Drexler has 4 fouls. The game is tied at 103. Kersey shooting. Portland leads 105-103. Jerome Kersey with 12. 6 minutes remaining in the fourth. Bagley on a pick and roll for Parrish. Oh, yes.
After the pick and roll took place between Bagley and Parrish, Bagley knew his best chance was just throw it up in the air. Parrish is so big that Drexler rotating over would be too small to intercept it. 1 fake, 2 fakes, 3, 4, and the basket.
Duckworth called for his 5th. Parrish 8 for 8 from the line. 3-point play to give Boston a 106-105 lead. Kersey lost it. Pickney deflected, but Drexler recovers. Fires from downtown. Rebounded by Buck Williams. Well, Portland has the new 24. Bagley's played Porter very well. Porter is stopped by Parrish. Celtics were looking for a tie-up, but a foul on Parrish, so he picks up his 4th. Let's go over to Ahmad.
All right, Marv, a quick update on D. Brown. He went into the locker room with a deep thigh bruise. They iced it, they wrapped it, and they do expect him to return to the game.
All right, Ahmad, Terry Porter to the free throw line. We were discussing Porter's numbers earlier, and his assist totals are down from a year ago. Last season averaged 8 assists per game. This year about 6 per ball game.
And part of the reason is because Drexler has picked up his assist. The distribution is different. The controversial play a second ago looks like a lot of ball there. Robert Parrish on Terry Porter.
Game tied at 106. And Porter has given Portland a 1-point lead. 5:20 remaining in the fourth. Now Bird played by Kersey. Drexler over to help. And it's waved off, will not count. Whistle before the shot attempt.
What the Celtics are trying to say is that basket should count. The Gamble was in the act of shooting, even though the foul took place off the ball away from it. Bird sees the double, delivers on the money to Gamble, wide open. That loose ball foul underneath, they feel it should count.
Bob Delaney, the official at the near side, spotting Kevin Duckworth, and Duckworth has been charged with his 6th.
You mentioned earlier in the game the inconsistent play this year from Kevin Duckworth, and one thing that keeps creeping up in their games is the fact that he's in foul trouble early every night, must sit the rest of the first half, comes back, picks up another foul real quick, and winds up not playing the minutes that Rick Alderman needs him on the floor.
So Mark Bryant checks back in. Duckworth fouls out with only 6 points, 2 for 3 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line. Both clubs are over the foul limit. Robert Parrish, 9 for 9 from the line. The Celtics and the Trailblazers are tied at 107. And then Porter knocks it away. Wild sequence. Porter was able to hand it off to Drexler. Porter looking for the 3. Just under 5 to go in what has been a terrific ball game. Drexler lost the dribble. And Bagley gets to it. Here's Parrish. Boston by 2, 109-107.
John Bagley has done a terrific job since Steve Brown has gone out. He's played Terry Porter very well. Gets on the floor for the loose ball. Excites the crowd.
Oh, what a move by Jerome Kersey, and the game is tied at 109. Second meeting of the season between these two clubs. Back in November in Portland, the Blazers blew out the Celtics. Bird can't find the shot. Played well by Kersey. Shot clock at 5. Here is Parrish. Boston 111 and Portland 109. Just under 4 to go in the fourth. Drexler with the tip on the alley-oop by Kersey.
They just keep coming right back at you, this Trailblazer team.
The game tied at 111. Bagley using the pick. Bird's pass deflected and picked off by Drexler. Drexler has 4 on 2. Bryant able to slam it home. And Portland leads 113-111. Bagley trying to use the screen from McHale. Now shooting. Rebounded by Williams, and a loose ball foul on Bagley. Both clubs are over the foul limit. This will put Buck Williams at the line.
A few moments back, you talk about some hustle, some extra effort, and then some crazy things happening. The rebound, the deflection, the pitch out, the steal. Everybody in this building is excited on the floor for loose balls. Action.
Williams, a 76% free throw shooter.
John Bagley's great hustle leads to the fast break layup by Robert Parrish for the Celtics.
Kevin Gamble sitting down. Reggie Lewis returns. Lewis playing with 5 fouls. Tipped home by Kersey. Jerome Kersey has come up very big in this fourth quarter. He now has 16. So the Trailblazers get a 3-point play out of it. And they now lead 116-111. Timeout taken by Boston. Larry Bird also with 10 rebounds and 8 assists. Drexler comes in averaging 25.5 per game, the number 5 scorer in the NBA. Terry Porter with 25. Reggie Lewis 21 points. Robert Parrish 22. That man Kevin McHale is 18. 3:05 remaining in the fourth. 7 unanswered points by the Trailblazers. They lead it by 5. Boston with 2 timeouts remaining. Portland has 4 left. Just under 3 minutes remaining now in this fourth quarter. Bird comes up, and it's rebounded by Buck Williams. Good box out by Buck. Drexler, played by Lewis, who has 5 fouls. Shot clock at 5. Crowd chanting defense. Porter's pass deflected. 1 on the 24. The ball last touched by Boston, so it will be Portland possession with 1 second on the 24.
And you have to watch Porter cutting to the basket right away, or the lob pass to Drexler in front of the rim.
Here's Porter. And Buck Williams able to get back to it.
And they accomplished what they wanted. They got the shot up on the glass and hoped to get it back again.
Kersey. And Bird with the rebound. Important sequence for the Celtics as we come up on 2 minutes remaining in the fourth. Parrish. Lewis gets to it and lost it. Porter with the steal. Here comes Drexler. Feeding Kersey. And Portland leads 118-111. Chris Ford wants a timeout. Boston down to its final timeout. Portland has certainly done it with the three-point weapon. They've hit 8 out of 14, led by Drexler, who has 4 from downtown. Porter with 3. Portland with a 9-0 run, leading by 7. And McHale is fouled by Williams. For Buck Williams, that is his 5th. Portland Trailblazers have won the last 5 out of 6 against the Boston Celtics. They have won the last 2 games here in Boston. And the Celtics are facing the prospect of a 4-game losing streak.
The teams with speed, quickness, the athleticism that the Trailblazers possess, that Chicago possesses, those types of teams have caused the Celtics a lot of problems.
Portland, on the other hand, gunning for its 8th straight win. They now lead it 118-113. Pressure by Boston with a minute and a half remaining in the fourth quarter. Drexler trying to feed Williams. Porter on the recovery. And Parrish gets to it.
That was the same play that had worked a few minutes back in the game for Portland. The give and go from Drexler to Buck Williams. That time the deflection.
Bird changed his mind. McHale. Rebound Lewis. And Hugh Evans with the call at center court on McHale. Some terrific defensive play by the Trailblazers, who would not allow the shot.
No, they've been there to make the big plays happen at the defensive end of the floor, to stop what appeared to be a number of sure scores. Again, after the miss, Lewis comes up, but it's the second time in a row that it looked like Lewis was going to get an easy score inside. Instead, Kersey comes up, is fouled by McHale.
Kersey only a 67% free throw shooter, making his first appearance at the line. He has had a superb game. 18 points, 6 rebounds for Jerome Kersey in his 8th season out of Hardwood College in Virginia. Portland leading 119-113. 55 seconds remaining in the fourth. Boston has only 1 timeout remaining. Bird. And he drew the foul. He was blocked. So Bird to the line.
Larry Bird was determined to get the clock stopped by taking it to the hole, drawing contact. He's just disappointed that the basket itself did not go down. He would have had the opportunity for the three-point play. The quick drive, hoping to stop it with contact. Wanted the basket to go in, though, obviously.
Foul committed by Bryant. And here's the reaction from Rick Adelman. Larry Bird is 9 for 10 from the line, and he's brought the Celtics within 4. 36 points for Bird. The Trailblazers take a timeout.
During that timeout, the Celtics decided to go right away for the quick 2. Hopefully they can get another stop and come back and try to get another 2.
Artemad. It is Portland ball as we resume. The Trailblazers at 46-18 today, concluding a 4-game and 6-day road trip. Back home Tuesday for Minnesota, Wednesday at LA to face the Lakers. And Portland looking to use the clock. Now Bird over, trying to tie up Porter. Shot clock is down to 8. Drexler with 5 on the 24. And it's captured by Buck Williams. The Blazers have been on every loose ball here in the fourth. Now Bird called for the foul.
Had nothing to do there but go out and foul immediately, or else they run the 24-second clock out and the game is over. They needed to secure the big rebound on the missed shot. It slipped out of Robert Parrish's hands.
So Drexler to the free throw line. He's 7 for 10 from the line.
Well, Drexler has to make something happen with the 24-second clock going down. The ball just bounces a little too long. The Chief, Robert Parrish, can't quite get his hands back there far enough to come up with it.
Portland leads by 5, 121-15. Thanks to our producer of the NBA on NBC, Tommy Roy, our director, Andy Rosenberg, statistician, Mr. Stats, Elliot Cow, and the quick timeout called by Boston. That's their final timeout.
If Portland has a delay of game, they may use it here to get a look at the play.
Lewis for Bird to the reverse.
There's the pressure, quick by the Celtics.
It's a 3-point lead. The foul given. That's the man they would like to foul, at least one of two possibilities, although Buck Williams has improved his free throw shooting in recent years.
Buck right around 76%, and Bird knows he has to go quick. You put the ball on the floor down the stretch of NBA games and try to draw contact. Bird gets the score, puts them down 3, and now they get into the press immediately.
They would have preferred putting Jerome Kersey at the line. He's a 67% free throw shooter. Mark Bryant also only 67%, does not go to the line very much. Buck is 2 for 4 thus far today. He has really improved the stroke, because when he first came into the NBA with the New Jersey Nets out of the University of Maryland, he struggled at the line.
That whole team was having some problems when he first came to the Nets, making free throws.
So Buck Williams hits both. 5-point Portland lead. And we're down to 10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Bird making 40 points for Bird, a season high. And again, the foul is given with 7 2/10 seconds to go. And now Kersey will go to the foul line.
Believe it or not, the Celtics almost came up with the basketball right there. That's why Rick Adam is shaking his head. Kersey actually caught the ball, put it on the floor, a blind look, and the Celtics were almost there for the steal. Bird goes hard to the hole, knows he's got to get there quick for the score. They have to get back into the press, and on the inbounds pass, Kersey puts it down right there, and Reggie Lewis's hands are in there. If they come up with it, there's still 7 seconds, 8 seconds to go.
And Kersey is 1 for 3 from the line. He is 1 free throw miss away from the Celtics looking for the three-pointer to tie. Both clubs doing some shuffling. Kevin Gamble has come on, replacing Robert Parrish.
And without any more timeouts, Chris Ford knows he's got to get guys on the floor that can shoot the basketball, catch and shoot in a hurry. They must go for the 3 now as they come down. There are no timeouts left.
Kersey missed both, but able to tip the rebound to Porter, but a foul call by Bob Delaney.
After Kersey shot the basketball, he crossed the free throw line, trying to keep the ball alive, and comes over the top of the Celtics. Larry Bird, contact there. Bird goes down. They never even waited for the contact. They called a lane violation against Jerome Kersey, running across the free throw line before the ball touched the rim. If it's not on the rim, he cannot, the shooter may not go across the free throw line. Ball's up. When does he cross the free throw line? Now. Excellent call.
7 2/10 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter, and Portland has called for a timeout. The crowd chanting, Larry, Larry. 3-point Portland lead. 7 2/10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. All right, here's Bird. Drexler all over him. He fires. It's a three-pointer, and he's tied the game. The Trailblazers arguing that it should have been a two-pointer. We'll get another look at that. Timeout taken by Portland.
There's a delay game that time, taken by the Celtics on purpose so they could see what play the Trailblazers wanted to run. Rick Allen made a call, 2 plays, knowing that they were going to do that.
All right, here's Drexler. He does it. We go to overtime. You recall the playoffs against Indiana last year, game number 5, the duel between Bird and Person. Well, this is right there. In particular, when you consider he was not supposed to play this afternoon. Bird with 43 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals. On to overtime. The Celtics 0-1 in overtime games this season. Portland 2-3. Kersey's pass was broken up. Recovered by Bryant. Portland going without Cliff Robinson, who was ejected on technical fouls, without Kevin Duckworth. Porter tried the 3, and Bagley starts back.
Tom Bagley is so tired. He was out in front of the field, and after 2 dribbles, there were 2 Blazers back past him already.
Kevin Duckworth out on fouls. Buck Williams is playing with 5. Reggie Lewis giving Boston a 2-point lead. For the Celtics, 5 apiece on Bird and Lewis. So they are also in danger. Here's Drexler. Last touched by Boston. On the line, the 7-game win streak by the Blazers. Boston has lost their last 3 after winning 4 in a row. Kersey is stopped and he is fouled. Jerome Kersey putting the move on Kevin McHale, so that's 5 on McHale.
This is a complete isolation set up for Kersey to try and take McHale off the dribble. The next closest man is John Bagley, who just doesn't get there in time to stop the split. The foul incurred as a result.
Jerome Kersey missing the critical free throws in the final seconds that gave the Celtics the opportunity to tie it. But right here he comes back by hitting 2, and the game is tied at 124 with a minute and change gone by in this 5-minute overtime. Bird matched by Kersey. And the foul is called. The basket will not count.
Larry Bird has had Buck Williams guarding him. He's had Mark Bryant guarding him. He's had Jerome Kersey guarding him. When it's Kersey down in the post, it's easy for Larry. He's the smallest and the least size bulk against him that he's had all day.
Jerome Kersey picked up his 3rd. Kersey goes 6'7", 225, so Bird has a couple of inches on him. Celtics staying with Bagley and Lewis at the guards. Bird, Parrish, and McHale up front. Game tied at 124. Bird with the fadeaway. And it's Boston 126 and Portland 124. Here's Kersey after Bird nearly picked it off, and Kersey is tied it at 126. Bird has 45 points, and now Porter got caught on Bird on a mismatch, but a foul on Kersey.
And Bagley was paying so much attention to trying to get the ball down low to Bird, who had Porter on his back, that he almost lost it to Kersey, who had wound up picking up Bagley in the transition adjustment. He knows he's got a mismatch. He just can't figure out how to get it down to him.
4 fouls on Jerome Kersey. 2 minutes gone by in overtime. Bird with some room. Rebounded by Bryant.
In and out. In and out.
Porter shaking loose. Terry Porter able to break the Celtics down on that penetration.
And John Bagley wound up running into Kevin McHale as Porter was trying to turn the corner. The 2 Celtics collided, wide open to the basket.
Chris Ford calls for time. The Trailblazers lead it by 2. All right, and Bird will throw in. The Celtics remain the same following the timeout. as do the Blazers. 2:40 remaining in overtime. Same matchup. Bird being played by Kersey. Bird. Rebounded by Kersey. So Portland with the ball, and they lead it by 2. Porter coming off the pick. Terry Porter with 29 points, and Portland leads 130-126.
They actually had set up Terry Porter to come off the double screen on the right side of the floor. He faked, went opposite. Drexler got him the ball on the money and on time.
McHale backing Bryant. And then McHale will go to the foul line.
This play is diagrammed for Porter to come out to the right. Instead, he goes left. Bagley caught on the screen. The key is the pass went from the right side of the circle all the way to the left-hand corner. Excellent look and feed by Drexler.
By Drexler, though, just picked up that foul, so he has 5. McHale is 9 for 9 from the line. Celtics, the #1 free throw shooting team, at 81%. So the Portland lead is 2 with 1 minute and 59 remaining in overtime. Drexler guarded by Lewis. Lewis has 5 fouls. Here's Bryant. Mark Bryant with his 3rd field goal. 6 points for Bryant, and Portland leads by 4.
If you're the Celtics, you got the guy that you wanted, taking the wide open shot, having to make it. Mark Bryant, he produced.
They double up on Bird. Bagley wide. It is a 2-point Trailblazer lead.
And likewise, the Trailblazers said, go ahead, John Bagley. You have to make it at this end of the floor. Bagley produces.
Rebounded by Bird. 1:15 left in overtime, and Boston within 2.
Larry Bird 1 assist away from a triple-double.
Bird, and he has tied the game at 132. Points for Larry Bird. 10 on the shot clock. Drexler with the stop. Clyde Drexler will go to the line.
When he feels it and he's in a rhythm, Larry Bird's stroke is so sweet. Step back, slight fade. He's in the groove.
Reggie Lewis hears it from the crowd as he leaves. He's fouled out. 23 points on 9 for 19 from the field. Clyde Drexler to the foul line. He's 8 for 12 from the line. He is just under 80% for the season.
And now Chris Ford must put a player in who is big enough, strong enough, agile enough, quick enough to stay with Clyde Drexler in the matchup down the stretch here.
And he hopes that man is Kevin Gamble.
Number 34, Kevin Gamble, replaces Reggie Lewis for the Celtics. Clyde Drexler has 2
50 seconds remaining in overtime. Portland by 1. And a timeout is called by Boston. The Celtics were down 118-111 with just under 2 minutes remaining in regulation, and they were able to tie it on that 3-pointer by Bird with 2 seconds to go. They're trailing by 2 right here. Bagley had it knocked away by Porter, so no backcourt violation. Shot clock at 15. Kersey got a piece of it. Here's Bird for 3. Rebound Bagley. Bird again. Rebounded by Kersey. He had time to plant the feet. He had time to study the basket, but could not hit.
Chris Ford yelling, don't foul. Dig in, play defense. There's about a a 6-second difference in the clock and game clock. He wants a stop and a rebound, then a quick timeout.
4 on the 24. Drexler. And a foul is called with 4 4/10 seconds remaining in overtime.
After all the tough shots that he's made, the first one, no good, but Bagley gets it right back. There's nobody near him. He looks down, checks his feet, tees it up. He knows it's good. Can't believe it.
That would have given Boston a 1-point lead had he hit it.
And now the Celtics need to secure the rebound right there. It's on the floor. Who comes up with it? The Trailblazers.
All right, Buck Williams, 4 out of 6. He nearly threw an air ball. The foul was on Parrish, so he now has 5. And a timeout called by the Trailblazers. And we'll stay right here. A 2-point lead for Portland. 4 4/10 seconds remaining in this overtime session. A reminder, next Sunday, starting at 12 noon Eastern time, it'll be the 76ers of Charles Barkley going up against the Indiana Pacers of Chuck Person, Detlef Schrempf, and Reggie Miller. That is next Sunday. And coming up next on NBC Sports World, a day of beauty and elegance on ice at the World Professional Figure Skating Championships. That is next here on NBC. We're working a little overtime. See the timeout rundown. Blazers with 2 left. Celtics have 1 remaining. And when we resume following this Portland timeout, Buck Williams will have another free throw.
And after this free throw, the Trailblazers will be up 3 points, or they'll be up 2 points. The most important thing right now is for the Celtics to remember to box out on the free throw attempt. Don't assume anything. Don't assume you're going to get back into this huddle for another timeout and advance the ball, because already today Portland has scored on 1 missed free throw opportunity when the Boston didn't box out. You cannot afford to let them knock this ball free. They're very active on the glass.
By Drexler, leading Portland with 36. Terry Porter has 29. Jerome Kersey with 23. Larry Bird with 47 points, along with 13 rebounds, 9 assists. So Buck Williams back to the foul line. We discussed earlier the fact that he has come a long way. He's made major strides at the line, but he missed his first and missed it badly. This one too strong, and Boston calls for the timeout.
This crowd senses that something good is going to happen once again. Down 2, just over 4 seconds remaining. They'll have another shot opportunity at it. Now let's see if Portland uses its delay of game to try and expose the play that the Celtics have set up here. Remember, 2 delay of games, technical.
All right, let's go over to Ahmad. Apparently we've had technical problems with Ahmad's microphone. Gamble will look to inbound, and the delay of game has been called on Bryant, so they had that, as you mentioned, that delay of game to give.
Mark Bryant crossed the line, gave the rest of his team a chance to look at it.
And now Gamble for Bagley, looking to tie it. Here's Gamble. Yes! At the buzzer! And we go to a second overtime.
In most end-of-game situations, the most dangerous guy is the guy who takes the ball out of bounds, the passer. That time, Portland elected not to have somebody up on the ball tight. That's the guy that knocked it out.
Playing with 5 fouls, as is Bird, as is McHale. Kevin Duckworth is already fouled out. 5 apiece on Clyde Drexler and Buck Williams. And the Celtics control. Bird up front with McHale and Parrish, Bagley and Gamble at the guard positions. The game is tied at 1:34. Larry Bird with the fake to draw the foul on Kersey. So that is 5 on Jerome Kersey.
You can see Bird grimace because he knew that he had the defensive man in the air. If he would have just turned and shot it, he would have had the 2 free throws. The fake gets him up. Right there, he should have shot it. He knows it.
Larry Bird with 47 points.
.47 points in 49 minutes.
But Bird's pass picked off by Bryant. Terry Porter has had a magnificent game for Clyde Drexler. Here's Jerome Kersey. And Bagley gets to it.
Bird doing a good job of putting his body on Buck Williams, kept him off the ball. Bagley comes up with it.
Bird changed his mind and found Bagley.
You're exactly right. He changed his mind late. The dump down pass at the end.
Boston by 2. Porter. And the call is last touched by the Trailblazers. Larry Bird with that pass for John Bagley collected his 10th assist, so he now has a triple-double. Boston leads 136-134. Bird for the Braves. And Buck Williams on the rebound. Kersey. Whoa. Kevin McHale called for number 6.
Just a moment ago when the shot goes up, Larry Bird puts a body on his man like he's supposed to, lets his teammate take care of the rebound. And then the shot? No, the late pass for the score. McHale knows that he's going to take this one and try to finish it with a dunk. The challenge, the official felt arm, not ball.
So Kevin McHale with a very strong performance leads with 22 points. And Eddie Pinckney, hearing the chant from the crowd, has checked in. Replacing Kevin McHale, who's fouled out. Kersey at the line. And the Trailblazers suffering at the line in the final minutes of regulation and overtime. Kersey is now 3 for 6 from the free throw line. So he misses both, but last touched by the Celtics.
You mentioned earlier that the Celtics are the #1 team in the league from the free throw line. Portland ranked 13th overall in the NBA, right in the middle of the pack at about 75% as a team.
Drexler, guarded by Gamble. Oh, spectacular move by Drexler, and he draws the foul, so Clyde to the free throw line.
And a good call that time. Gamble slapping him across the arm as he made his move in the lane. He covers so much ground with those strides. He gets from outside the lane to halfway across the other side on his takeoff.
Drexler is now 10 out of 14 from the line, and Portland is within 1. A minute 40 gone by in the second overtime, and the game is tied at 1:36.
Mark Bryant, now the matchup on Bird, a little bit bigger and stronger.
Bagley for Pinckney. Boston 138 and Portland 136.
Well, Larry Bird couldn't free himself of Bryant, so Bagley made a good decision. Penetration.
Parrish off the Porter miss. They collapse on Parrish. Porter going for the tie-up. Here's Bagley. Well, like Larry Bird John Bagley was a question mark for today because of a sore right foot. They checked him out with x-rays, which came up negative, and he has had a terrific game and has put the time in today. Drexler rebounded by Powell, so Boston in possession. They lead it by 4.
And the reason that Bagley was injured because he hadn't been playing a lot with Sherman Douglas back. He was trying to keep himself in shape, did a lot of jump rope work, bruised his foot that way, perhaps doing a little too much.
Bird, yes! Bird off the fake. He has 49. The Celtics open up a 6-point lead, and Portland has called for time. As we mentioned earlier, Larry Bird had a career-high 60 back in 1985 against the New Orleans Jazz. Here's Porter for 3. And it's Boston ball.
And Rick Alleman really upset, feeling that the Celtics had torn Mark Bryant's arms off. It could have been a travel just before that the other way, though.
Foul committed by Mark Bryant. So Larry Bird will throw in. A minute and 33 remaining in the second overtime. Celtics 4 out of 5 from the field in the second overtime. Portland, as you saw, 0 for 5. The longest game this season, a 3 overtime affair between Utah and Chicago. Boston by 8. It does not appear that this will go past the second overtime, as Portland has called for time. A dramatic performance by the Boston Celtics, sparked by Larry Bird, who has hit for 49 points. A minute 15 remaining in the second OT.
Celtics have Larry Bird guarding Danny Ainge right now.
Drexler, yes, and it counts. So the Trailblazers within 6, and Drexler will go to the line. Clyde Drexler with 40 points.
The last thing you want to do in this situation is give them a chance for a three-point play. They'll take the three any way they can get it, from the outside or from the inside.
3-point play by Drexler. And Boston now leads by 5 off the pressure. A foul is called. It's on Ainge.
I'm not sure that Portland needs to foul this early. It's 5 points, a minute and 9 seconds remaining. You can go into your full court pressure, but don't commit a foul intentionally this early.
Portland is already over the limit. The next one will put the Celtics over the foul limit. Celtics have hit 35 for 39 from the foul line. Portland is 35 for 48, and many of their misses have come down the stretch. 6-point Celtic lead as we come up on 1 minute remaining. Crowd wanted a palming violation on Drexler. Ainge lost the handle. Porter with the recovery. Ainge for 3.
Stay back and cover the three-point line.
Here's Porter from downtown. Last touch by Bird, says Bob Delaney. It will be Portland ball.
Is it off Bird? The official thinks it's the left hand of Larry Bird that was in there.
50 seconds to go in the second overtime. The Celtics lead 145-139. Drexler for three. And now the Trailblazers not able to hit from three-point line. Buck Williams will go to the foul line. Portland is now 8 for 19 from downtown.
If that ball goes in the basket for Buck, it would have been their second opportunity for a three in close to the basket. If you're going to commit a foul down there, take the guy down so he can't score the basket.
Robert Parrish has fouled out, and he hears it from the crowd. So Parrish and Lewis are fouled out for Boston. Duckworth lost on fouls for Portland. 22 points and 10 rebounds for the Chief, Robert Parrish.
Chris Ford is going to bring back D. Brown, who has been out since he was injured earlier in the game with that thigh bruise. Bringing back D to match up better against the Trailblazers. Put another ball handler in, a guy who can make his free throws, a guy to defend. D doesn't look like he's walking very well right now as he comes out. He's been out a long time. He is not loose, and he's injured.
Buck Williams only 4 out of 8 from the line. Oh, is he off? He has not only been missing, he is either throwing short or long, way off. The Celtics 145, the Trailblazers 140. Bagley is fouled by Porter.
Well, it's a decision that you have to make. You do one or the other. You either foul immediately and don't let the opposition run any time off the clock, put them on the free throw line, hope that they miss a couple, you try and come down and score, or you have to decide to dig in, get a defensive stop, and then go after the scores. It's obvious Portland's made the first decision. Foul them right away, put them on the line, go from there.
And Bagley on the line for the first time. Chris Ford on an offensive defensive shuffle has Rick Fox replaced D. Brown. The Boston lead is 6. 40 seconds to go in the second overtime. Drexler with the spin. Nice setup for Buck Williams. It's down to a 4-point lead. Bird unleashes to Fox. That's a problem. Here's Ainge for three. He's got it. Danny Ainge buries the three. 148-144. Boston with the lead in a wild finish with 31 seconds remaining in the second overtime. Ainge.
You have the bird.
So Rick Fox will go to the line.
The toughest thing about this pass by Bird is that it comes from behind the backboard, under the backboard. You try to remind your players always to clear the backboard one side or another. After the score, the quick return, and Ainge shoots it over the top of Ed Pinkney.
Rick Fox, a 76% free throw shooter, and he's 0 for 3 this afternoon. Boston 149, Portland 145. See time running down. Buck Williams, yes! It is down to a 2-point Celtic lead. 20 seconds to go in the second overtime. Here's Fox with Williams back, and Gamble is fouled. It's a reach-in. So Gamble to the line. Clyde Drexler picking up his 6th. Oh, tremendous performance by Clyde Drexler. And he's receiving a standing ovation from the crowd here in Boston. 41 points, 11 assists, and 8 rebounds.
Well, he carried this Trailblazer team at the beginning of the season when they were going through some tough times with some other players. He's been the mainstay throughout the season, and he certainly showed up today and tried to keep that streak going of 7 wins for the Trailblazers.
Robert Pack, the rookie from the University of Southern California, will replace Drexler. Well, the crowd here well aware that they have seen a regular season classic. 14 seconds to go in the second overtime. And Kevin Gamble
has given the Celtics a 3-point lead. Trailblazers have 1 timeout left. Boston with 3. Campbell with clutch free throw shooting, extending to a 151-147 lead. And Portland takes a timeout. 14 and 9/10 seconds to go in the second overtime. Tuesday they're at Milwaukee. Wednesday back home for Cleveland. Friday at Detroit. So a rough stretch coming up. Ainge able to save that pass. Played tightly by Fox. Can't find the shot. Now does. He's trying to draw a 4-point play. Fox committing the foul, and Ainge to the line with 8 seconds to go.
And it's a rookie mistake that time by Rick Fox. There is no reason at all for you to be elevating and going in the air until Ainge is up. This ball fake is just designed there to get you up. He accomplishes what he wants. He's got the clock stopped, opportunity to pick up 2 points without losing any more time.
Ainge is 4 for 4 from the line, 80% free throw shooter. Boston by 3.
Ainge looking over to Rick Adelman, asking him, should I make it or should I miss this one with 8.7 seconds remaining?
What would your call be?
Make the basket, go after the ball after.
Missed it. Pinckney with the rebound, hit from behind by Williams. So Buck Williams has fouled out. He is the 3rd Trailblazer to foul out, joining Duckworth and Drexler.
The other problem for Rick Adelman, no more timeouts remaining. He must do everything now in transition after the Celtics shoot these free throws.
Abdelnaby checks back in for the Celtics. An excellent free throw shooter, Ed Pinckney, to the line. He's 83% for the season. But 1 of 2 this afternoon. Incidentally, the 49 points by Larry Bird is the 2nd highest scoring total this season. Dominique Wilkins had a 52-point game against the Knicks in a double overtime earlier in the year.